Good afternoon, friends. Heartiest congratulations on the auspicious day of the Mahatma Gandhi Jayanti. Today we start from the pray. रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम 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 भज प्यारे तू सीताराम ईश्वर अल्लाह तेरो नाम सबको सम्मति दे भगवान राम रहीम करीम समान हम सब हैं उनकी संतान तब मिला मांगे यह वरदान हमारा रहे मानव का ज्ञान रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम Satyameva Jayate, Satyam Vada Dharmachara. Welcome today news desk on the income tax, GST and corporate laws. Let's start from the income tax. Karnataka High Court. High Court remanded matter to the check whether condition laid down under section 71A satisfied to claim benefit of set-off of losses. In this case, tribunal held that tribunal allowed SSE amalgamated company to set off losses in respect of the amalgamating company since tribunal had not adverted to fact that whether SSE company had complied with condition laid down in section 71A subsection 2 which were mandatory so as to enable SSE to claim benefit of the set off under section 71A. Matter was to be remanded. CBDT issued press release on the 30th September, and this press release TCS under section 206C1H not to be collected from the amount received before 1st October 2020. In this press release, it is clarified that dot regarding applicability of the provision of section 206C1H. It has clarified that TCS is required to be collected when yearly receipt exceed rupees 50 lakhs, that too in respect of the amount received after 1st October 2020. Such amount shall be considered while determining the threshold of the 50 lakhs only. Next decision taken by the Pune Tribunal. In this decision, interest earned by the cooperative society on short-term deposit with bank eligible for section 80P deduction. In this case, where SSE cooperative society engaged in the providing credit facility to its members, earn interest income on deposits made with cooperative banks, since these were short-term deposit of the money not required for time being. Such interest on this deposit would fall within the ambit of the profits and gain of the business attributable to providing credit facilities by SSE to its members, and SSE was eligible to claim deduction on same under section 80P subsection 2A1. Updates on the international taxation. Supreme Court, a special leave petition granted against ruling that sum received for provision of the satellite transmission services in India isn't royalty. A special leave petition granted against High Court decision holding that consideration received by SSE, a United States company, for provision of the satellite transmission services to various customers in India did not fall within the purview of the royalties as defined in section 9 as well as article 12 of the double taxation avoidance agreement between India and US, and it was not taxable in India. Now cover GST updates. Appellant Authority of the Advanced Ruling Maharashtra subcontracted transporter is not GTA but merely a goods transport operator. Maharashtra Advance Authority ruling upheld by the appellate authority of the advance ruling. In this ruling, where in a case of the contract for transportation of the goods, applicant a good transport agency render services as a subcontractor to another GTA, namely POSCO main contractor, since applicant is not receiving goods directly from the consignor or consignee of the good, but from POSCO, who is the generating e-way bills prior to movement of the goods by road and issuing consignment note in respect thereof. Applicant is merely a goods transport operator and not a GTA, and services provided by applicant would not be classified as goods transport agency under heading number 996791 mentioned in annexure to notification number 11 upon 2017, central tax dated 28 June 2017, particularly when services provided by POSCO are classified as GTA services under said heading. Next notification issued by the CBIC on 30th September, extension of the timeline of the various compliances under the tax, erstwhile indirect tax law, the limit for various activities like issuance of the so cause notice, filing of the reply and appeal, etc., under the central excise, custom and service tax regime has been extended from the 30th September to 31st December 2020. Ministry of Finance issued press release on the 1st October 2020. In this press release, it is a surprise report. Total GST collection for September 2020 was 95,480 crores. So GST collection in September 2020 was rupee 95,480 crore. The GST collection during September 2020 had shown a growth of 4% approx over the GST collection in the same month in last year. This is the data. CBIC circular 43 upon 2020 dated 30 September, implementation of the SCMTR under custom extended to the 1st April 2021. See, cargo manifest and transshipment regulation 2018 was made effective from the 1st of the August 2019 with transitional provision till 30th September 2020. On account of COVID-19 pandemic, transitional provision have been extended from the 1st October 2020 till 31st March 2021. Further, the mandatory compliance requirement for submission of deduction declaration and manifest will come in full effect from 1st April 2021. CBIC press release 30th September 2020. Relaxation granted in case of non-issuance of the e-invoice during October 2020. In this press release, relaxation has been given to the taxpayer from the requirement to generate IRN in respect of invoices issued during the period month October 2020. In these cases, invoice reference number for such invoices from invoice reference portal can be generated within 30 days from the date of the issue of the invoice. CBIC notification at 22 upon 2020, 30th September 2020, QR code mandatory to be reported on invoice. Commissioner can exempt this requirement in a few cases. QR code has been made mandatory to be reported on invoice. Further, Commissioner given the power to exempt a person or class of the registered person from issuance of invoice with the QUIC reference code having embedded in invoice reference number. Another notification 4 upon 2020 central tax rate dated 30 September 2020. Ocean or air freight exemption for export of the goods extended till 30 September 2021. The government has extended the exemption provided on the services by way of the transportation of goods by a vessel or aircraft from customs station of the clearance in India to a place outside India to 1 year, that is the 30th September 2021. Earlier, this exemption was available only till 30th September 2020. Another notification 71 upon 2020 dated 30th September 2020. And this CVIC notified a requirement for the dynamic quick response QR code on B2C business to customer invoices deferred to 1st December 2020 notification. Government has deferred the requirement to mention dynamic quick response code on invoices issued by a registered person whose aggregate turnover in a financial year 2017-18 exceed 500 crore to an unregistered person B2C from the 1st October 2020 to 31st December 2020. This is the requirement which is extended date to the 1st December 2020. Under banking, insurance and FEMA, Karnataka High Court directs banks to provide a moratorium of EMI payable by borrower company due to COVID-19 pandemic, where petitioner construction company had taken term loan from respondent bank and EMI were recovered from lease rent deposited in escrow account. Respondent bank was directed to provide a moratorium of EMI payable by petitioner company for a period 1st March 2020 till 31st May 2020 in view of the COVID-19 pandemic. Another case, Karnataka High Court bank couldn't derive security interest against a loan obtained by developer on property belonging to owner. Karnataka High Court held that where developer had no right to mortgage or create charge over property belonging to petitioner owner, bank could not derive any security interest on loan obtained by developer in respect of the said property, and thus no right could be enforced by bank on such property by taking resources to section 13 of the SARFAESI Act. Now cover updates on the company law. Madras High Court, independent director note willful defaulter if alleged act occur without his consent and knowledge. In terms of the section 149 subsection 12, an independent director shall be held responsible only in respect of such acts of the commission or omission by a company which occur with his knowledge, consent or connivance. Where no materials had been brought on records to show that petitioner, who was a non-executive independent director of the respondent company, actively participated in a day-to-day affairs of the company or in board meeting and commissions, and omission alleged against company had taken place with the knowledge, consent or connivance of the petitioner to satisfy ingredients of the section 149 subsection 12, petitioner could not be declared as a willful defaulter and was to be declassified from list of the willful defaulters. NCL 80, no prior permission from registrar of cheats is a required amalgamation of the company into business of the cheat fund. Order of the NCLT observing that since appellant was in the business of the cheat fund, it required prior permission from the registrar of the cheats for amalgamation was to be set aside. These are all updates on 2nd October. Thank you so much for watching our news desk on the income tax, GST and corporate law. People are trying to ask कि also cover heading in Hindi also. So we are trying to at least heading in Hindi from 2 or 3 days after this week. So thank you so much for watching this news desk on income tax, GST, and corporate law. Please share among the professional colleagues or a student who are and respective CS, CS, CMA, law student which are benefited from the regular updates on daily basis. There are habits of the developing regular updation of a professional and a student on 5 to 10 minutes or 15 minutes maximum 15 minutes or 5 to 10 minutes the all updates or headings so that they can get a regular updation on the respective area like income tax, GST, company law, FEMA, international taxation, transfer pricing. The intestine in the respective area overview and 2 and 3 minutes they get a regular updation of the every high court, Supreme Court notification circular in a very short period. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.